prendre la route de l'aventure. Ah, mais c'est le président. Un pauvre qui vote pour celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, mais c'est le président. À l'Assemblée, il y a un Dieu. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un Dieu. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un Dieu. Dans tout le gouvernement, il y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux. Des gens prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclavos. Les gens prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe.
The death of Anicet Ekane echoes the word of the leader of the opposition of Southern Cameroonians, Dr Emmanuel Lifafa Endeley. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndiveli Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start by sending my warm greetings to all the beautiful people of La République du Cameroun and the beautiful people of British Southern Cameroon. I also want to send my condolences to all the people who have been killed since 1960 because of these animals, these terminators that they will stop at nothing, these French back puppet who are there to continue imperialism. I send my condolences to all of them, those people who have loved ones. And I'll tell you on this program how. Sometimes some of us, ever since I was a boy, even a teenager, we made up our mind that you cannot live with animals. You cannot live with terminators. You cannot live with people who are working with France and the European Union to kill their own people. Ladies and gentlemen, there are laws in La République du Cameroun. Dr. Lifafa Emmanuel Endeley made this clear. If you join La République du Cameroun, French Cameroon, you are going to be in trouble. He was afraid of the French ways, the instability. That's more than 60 years today. But we don't learn anything. History is there for you to learn a lesson. It's not just to cram it and don't learn a lesson. The leader of opposition then, Dr. Emmanuel Lifafa Endeley, said, if you join La République du Cameroun, you will lose your rights. You will not be able to air your own opinion. You will be tortured by their gendarmeries. Now you don't only have gendarmeries. You have bees. You have Republican guards. The police from British Southern Cameroon, they behave like gendarmes and bees anymore. They don't behave anymore like people who had a different heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, most of you might say, why am I speaking? Why am I talking history or what? If you don't know your history, if you don't know your roots, then you will never know where you're going to. You can say, oh, let's come together, La République du Cameroun, and English Cameroon, let's just come and form federation. Ladies and gentlemen, a mouse and cat, they cannot live in the same place. The culture is very different. The culture of La République du Cameroun was to continue imperialism, was to torture their own people. They have civil liberties. Go and read their laws. And let's stop making these mistakes. We keep on pretending that is Paul Biya, it's Atanganji, it is Ayolo, it's Ngongo. You know the rest. Let me tell you the people. When people were tortured, university students were killed. I'm talking since in the early 90s. We're fighting. Some of you were looking at us like fools. Idle people have nothing to do. I'm talking the early 90s. When we were stopping schools in Mankombamenda, when I went to see Pa Muna and Gembo in his house, I said, Pa, we have had enough. When I went to see Pa Foncha Pandanga in Finance Junction, Lawan Bako, John Fundi in Tarikum, we saw this. So we cannot pretend that it started today. When they are oppressing people and you sit quiet, you don't say anything, you are the problem. In 1982, Mr. Bia's government, they were not as oppressive as they are today because you were silent when some of us were talking. It's easy today, everybody come on social media and talk. But we used to work, use our money to stop this monster created by France and now backed by the European Union. They don't have rights. They have a constitution, which is a window dressing exercise. Look at the constitution in the Cameroons. Do they have civil liberties in the Cameroons? Yes, they have it. They have civil liberties. And what are civil liberties? How many people in the Cameroons can come and talk to you? Because today, when people are exercising their constitutional rights, somebody come, oh, we should take our what responsibility? Who tells you that goes down is against the law? Ghost town is not against the law. When we have demonstrations in central London, you have 300,000 people. If maybe 50 people they cause an offense, the police will arrest them. That's administrative and civil laws or whatsoever. They arrest them, they try them. So it's maybe 50 people out of what? 250,000. So let's stop pretending. When people go to exercise their civil liberty freely and willfully, the government of La République du Cameroun must allow them. I've seen words that they use. They have used them on Mancho BBC, Ayuk Tabe, Ngalim, Benjin, you know the rest. That's the same thing they were using on Anicet Ekane. Hostility against the state. Who is the state? Embezzlers. Embezzlers. People who embezzle money that Mr. Bia put them. Who is the state? We should be the state, the people. We should be the sovereign people. But you people go around killing people, intimidating them because of French, American, British corporations that they are taking the natural resources. That's why you're killing your people. That's why they are silent. The West, if you look at all the transnational corporation, if you look at all the industry that make billions in the Cameroons, they come from what? France. From where? France, Britain, America, Norway, Denmark. All of them, they are the one gaining. So they put the Aijo and Bia and Co. to continue colonialism. They are killing you because of your natural resources. That is why Anicet Ekane passed away. That is why he is dead. And you see some ministers, they come and pretend. I met Minister René Sadi. You cannot pretend that you don't know. It is a government. A government works, they work together. So you are part of it, René Sadi. Don't pretend. A government is not one person. It's not Mr. Bia. If you are not happy with the government, resign. Stop pretending. You're benefiting from the government, taxpayers' money, and you come and pretend you did not know about Ekane, and he said was my friend. Why was your friend? What was your friend doing in prison? In hospital? Because it's a prison. What was it? Minister René Sadi, do you know your laws of the Cameroons? Do you go and read it? You. I met you and I asked you some questions during the major national dialogue. And I did not see you, Minister René Sadi. You look like a dull man. I spoke with you. Interview was on my Facebook page. When something happens, you people come and pretend. Most of you in that government, name me one biased minister that can be a minister in France, that can be a minister in England or anywhere in the world, in Europe. Most of you are not fit to govern a country because you don't follow your own laws. I'm challenging you, René Sadi, Ngongo, Ayolo, Atanganji, Shantabia, follow the constitution of La République du Cameroun. Why don't you follow your laws? Your laws are clear. You have civil liberties in the Cameroon. It's there in your constitution. Your constitution make it clear in the constitution and national law to protect civil liberty. They are there. It is attached there. You have what? Human rights. It's your constitution. I'm not making it up. Open Article 65. Read. The preamble is part and parcel of your constitution. Read it. Why are you going against your own constitution? Your constitution says international treaty that you have ratified, like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It's your law. What does it say? The right to express yourself, right to assembly, right to life, right to own property, right to marry, right to fair trial. It's your laws. You don't follow your laws. The same constitution says. You enacted it. You signed the treaty. The same constitution in your country. The African Charter on Human and People's Rights. It gives you that human right, civil liberty, the right to free assembly, right to free association, freedom of press. It guarantees your freedom, your constitution. But we don't see that freedom. You are a killing machine. We don't see the freedom, press freedom. Some people, journalists in the Cameroon, they are afraid to interview Maître Mola Alex Divelisinghe. They are afraid of Joe Chobonke. They are not following the law. Even some journalists, they should read their laws. You know your right as a journalist. If insofar somebody is saying something on your program, and you know what the person is saying is not false, you don't have any problem. But because everybody is looking about their benefit in the Cameroon, oh, I might lose my job. You are part of that problem, some of you, those journalists in the Cameroons, because you don't want to follow the law. You allow this monster, the monster that killed, the same monster that killed Mendoza in custody. Mendoza was slim like this, like Shantiong for Ethiopia. The CPNC government doesn't care. Whether you're their friends, they don't care. We all saw Mendoza, he died in custody. And Charles Dongo was saying what? They gave him presidential ambulance. Somebody who was already dying. Do they need to give him presidential ambulance? The rights and law of the Cameroons are clear. You people are saying that Mr. Anicet Ekane, he was what? Hostility against the state. That's what you charge him. That's what you're saying. Incitement. A right to revolt. Insurrection against the state. Ladies and gentlemen, if I come and protest that they have stolen the election, it is not hostility against the state. It is your Article 65 right. Your right of freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, freedom of association. You people are turning it the other side. And let me tell you something. If the government believes people are doing what you call hostility against the state, incitement and revolt, or insurrection against the state, who have to decide? It's not you, the government. I did not see Mr. Anicet Ekane in a court. It's a judge that have to decide. Was he in court? No. He died in custody. Do you people in chop people their money die in custody? When you are sick, you go abroad. You come to Western countries. People in power who cannot construct a single modern hospital. Your constitution, your law say anyone you have got a right. They prohibit torture. You should treat people humanely. Moral integrity. You have a right to life. It is in your constitution. If I don't have the detail of Mr. Anicet Ekane, if he was not really well, he was sick, he needs certain things, and you don't give it, your constitution says treat somebody humanely. And section 291 of the penal code, criminal procedure, says what? Those who unlawfully deprive people of their rights, the law have to punish them. How many people have you punished in that country? We want to know where is Wazizi. Who killed Martinez Zogo? We want to know. Archbishop Mbala, we want to know. There are so many people you have killed. You torture Boya University students, torture students, torture teachers, torture lawyers, torture civilians. Don't do this, don't do that. Why don't you follow your laws? La République du Cameroun. Why do you have laws? The law is not Atanganji. The law is not Paul Biya. The law is not Ngongo. The law is not Chantabia. Ngongo, the Secretary General, have no constitutional duty. Chantabia, First Lady, have no constitutional duty, but they control the country. How? How? And you come and pretend that somebody died. You have silenced him. He will not be the first. He will not be the last. You will kill all of us. It's madness. I know people will just come and talk. The next day, you people will forget Anicet Ekane, life will go on. Martinez Zogo have been forgotten. That's a hypocrisy in the Cameroons, including the civilians. You are afraid of your own life. Keep on being afraid of your life. Death will meet you inside your house. You are afraid of your life, but you're happy to be a member of parliament when we fight for it. You are afraid of your life, but you're happy when we fought for Boya University to go there. You are afraid of your life, but you want to be in the regional assembly. You are afraid of your life, but you're benefiting from the NGC. But people fought for those things. They were not given to you freely. All of us were afraid of our life. But you won't sit and see your neighbor's house is on fire and you keep quiet. Most of you in the Cameroons, you created that monster. You created that monster, that Frankenstein monster. When they are oppressing people, you keep quiet. When Maitre Mola lets go and sleep in the embassy because they are torturing people in the Cameroon, that man must be mad, mentally sick. No, it's for your right. And when you keep quiet, that monster will come right inside your house. I've seen people said, La République military force came and knocked at their door and killed a university student somewhere. I don't know whether it's in the northwest. That monster came right at the door. The monster will meet you anywhere. Senator Commander went to Bamenda. The monster came there. Another members of Chop people, their monies, member of parliament, went there. He was killed. The government doesn't care. They don't investigate it. It will never happen in a democracy. Minister Betty Asomo will come and talk. There are investigations. You don't investigate yourself in the United Kingdom. In an Anglo-Saxon culture. What happened? There's an automatic investigation. And not by you. Not by you. There has to be an inquest. Not by the Minister of Justice. Inquest. Independent. Automatically. Anybody who dies there. But you people will sit. We are still waiting to see the inquest of Ngabo. We are still waiting for the inquest of those, the mother and the children who were shot in the north of La République du Cameroun. We keep on waiting. You don't investigate yourself. Give it to independent person. Give it even to Maitre Mola Alex Develisingada. I'm independent. I don't work for you people. That's how you do an inquest. When you investigate yourself, you wait for time to pass. Because this oppression cannot go on forever. I might not have arms. But no dictator will survive forever. We know Bokassa, Eze Abe, Edi Ami, Mumbutu. You name the rest. We know them. You won't last. Very soon you guys will be in exile. All of you. Because you are there to work for the colonialists. A government have got a function to assist the people economically, socially, to maintain law and order, to protect their security, to enforce law. But you are there. You're being supplied arms from the West to kill Africans. Black on black apartheid. Nothing have changed. Umyobe not recognized. Enes Gwanji not recognized. Netumazam not recognized. Fongodi Dinka, because he said, you're centralizing power. You're seceding. He has spent all his life in exile in a foreign country in London. You send all your people away. That's what forced immigration. Forced immigration. And people sit there, we are in the diaspora. Do you think we don't have a house? Do you think we don't have a village? Do you think we don't have a country in Africa that we are in diaspora? The fire is burning. I can stay here and close my eyes. I can sit. And I say, I don't even want to talk about Cameroon. Let it burn and destroy. When Cameroon destroy, my brother will come and take over. I can sit here, I don't say anything. So when I talk, I'm talking for you people. After the election, more than 40 people were killed. May their soul rest in peace. And I want to say it. We of British Southern Cameroons, we love the people of La République du Cameroun. But there's no way we can live together. The culture is so different. The culture is so different. Rest in peace Anicet Ekane. God's time is the best. We all have our day. It was your day. And unfortunately, you left a country that is still in turmoil. And we hope one day, we that are still on this planet Earth will bring that changes that everybody wants to see. We'll see that changes where we live in a country where everybody will be free to express their opinion. Those who want to stay with La République in Cameroon, whether they want federalism, whether they want a unitary state, they will have a right to shout and nobody will touch on them. Those people who believe that these two countries, they cannot live together, they will be able side by side to express their opinion in the ballot and they will be protected by a real government, not by a criminal syndicate controlled by France and the West. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lisinke, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Thank you very much.